Close to 8:45 in the morning, this is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank here on the Voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. And our interviews at this time brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Joining me on the phone right now for the monthly visit to Indiana Junior High School is Dr. Michael Minnick. Dr. Minnick, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Doing
and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too, sir. I'm doing excellent, and I hope you're doing well over there. I know that a lot of the kids are thinking about the holiday season now, but this is just day 2 of the back-to-school efforts now with the Indiana Junior High School, the Indiana School District, of course, reopening yesterday. So it looks like so far so good.
It's been so far so good. I want to thank everybody who's contributed to the health and safety plan. I mean, I know that I've had a small part. We at the building level are each doing our part to execute the plan, and I really think that that's why we've been able to stay open. But we, like every other school, like every other business, we've encountered some curves, and just trying to meet the moment and stay safe and be responsible to the best of our ability so that we can stay open throughout this pandemic.
I would imagine that the nurse's office has been a great source of information for the students concerning all of this. And also I'm thinking of the administration, maybe even the guidance counselors have been helping out as well, providing some much-needed support, I would imagine, for the students who might be a little bit scared or a little bit confused with what's going on right now.
No question about it. I often will, regardless of the audience we're speaking to, whether it's our students, teachers, or community, we're all people. And I think our own health and emotional wellness right now is of the utmost importance. It always is, of course, but I think attending to it and speaking about it is so important. Our guidance counselors here at the junior high, Miss Corey Anderson and Mrs. Erica Aiken, are just top-notch. They are not only supportive in this regard, they're supportive in so many ways. They're ever present throughout the school in terms of supporting the counseling services, career readiness, our achievement testing. They have their fingers into all types of aspects of our programming. Mm-hmm. So I'm so grateful for them. Our school nurse is new to the junior high this year. Her name is Mrs. Pecora, and she brings with her just an abundance of experience. She's worked at Pittsburgh Children's Hospital for 10 years. She still serves as a nurse as a second job, actually. So she has her fingers on the pulse of not only healthcare out in the community and what best practices are. She brings just a rich background in the position of being a school nurse, so her contributions to an already outstanding nursing department in the district, she brings a lot of experience and great perspective, and I know we have wonderful nurses in the district, and I've had the pleasure of working with a few of them, but Tracy has been such a nice addition and a respected addition with her vast experience in healthcare.
All right. Let's move on to some of the merrier topics and talk about how the junior high is getting ready for the holidays. So I'm assuming that there's going to be some activities going on?
We are. We're navigating the social distancing and the hybrid model, which doesn't have all of our students in the building at any one time. So it's a little tricky, but we were just announcing today a door decorating contest, which is something that we've done in the past. Our student council, which is led by Mrs. Jeannie Mitzko, is doing their annual door decorating contest. We continue to do a variety of fundraisers for local charities as well this time of year, and that includes monies that are collected throughout the school to purchase goods that are really from gifts to just basic essential items for the season
Oh, okay.
for families that are in need. So there are a lot of the traditional activities happening at the school level. It's just been a little trickier without having our student body here all at once. But we're navigating and we're adapting and doing the best we can to continue to push forward these important efforts.
And now it is important with all the fundraisers that you mentioned going on, and you mentioned student council and Mrs. Mitzko. This group of students have been amazing. We've been hearing some of their stories over the past few months and years, actually, and it really seems that the student body does reflect a very positive culture over there of giving back to the community.
I think the culture at the junior high is one of our strengths, and of course I always operate from a mindset of growth, knowing that we can do better. But there is a certain vibe when you come into the school of it's bright, people are positive and cheery, and as you know, that's important to highlight this particular not only time of year, but in this particular era that we're all living through. So I compliment our team on their positivity, on their volunteerism, and just express my gratitude for them because we do have an outstanding team here at the junior high. And it really starts with just being welcoming and expressing gratitude each day and modeling for our students what we feel is important with the way we interact with one another. And that's not putting titles or positions above one another. We're all people, and just acknowledging the importance that we're all dealing with stuff that makes this era that we're living through challenging. So I am thankful that we have a positive culture to help us lean on something that helps us all get through.
We're talking with Dr. Michael Minnick this morning, the principal of Indiana Junior High School, for the monthly school visit here on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Dr. Minnick, you mentioned that there were some activities going on. You mentioned the door decorating contest, which has become a tradition over there at the junior high. What are some other things that are going on, maybe activities that have been altered a little bit because of the current circumstances, or some activities that are going on because of the fact that they can continue to go on because of the current circumstances?
Well, I have two of my three sons are still in our school system. I know that, speaking from their perspective, they were so excited to begin their basketball practice again last night. They've been itching to get out of the house and to get some exercise. So athletics were proceeding, obviously, with caution and implementing the health and safety plan from the athletics department. Mm-hmm. And, you know, basketball, and I saw our wrestling coach last night as he was leaving the school following their practice. So I feel like any sense of traditional normalcy from the best standpoint, is worth acknowledging and celebrating right now. It's no small thing that our kids are able to go to basketball and wrestling practice right now. Our kids have been really hungry for that. Mm-hmm. And, the more we can proceed, and certainly in a responsible way, and roll out elements of our program that are extracurricular elements, are I think they're huge wins worth celebrating. I continue to hope and pray that we can continue to move forward with them, and what's around the corner is yet to be known. But we're proceeding this week, and I know from my own family's perspective, my kids are thankful for that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, it's going to be a great start, I think, to the year for this part of the year for the athletics teams, and of course junior high basketball, and you mentioned wrestling, definitely a big part of that. Probably two of the most focused on activities, I guess, during the winter sports season. I remember going to my fair share of basketball games at the gym. So definitely it's good to see that continuing as well, and some other activities as well, I would imagine. You mentioned extracurriculars. What other extracurriculars are going on right now?
Well, we recently completed a fall play. It was done virtually. Our music department is continuing to plan, and their large group instruction from remote is implementing or accessing technology so that they're able to do holiday type of activities, and planning for large group. We have some technology that we're planning for large group activities, but they're done remotely, of course.
Right.
So we're also building up momentum for annual fund drives like the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, and just doing what we can to generate funds for that worthy cause. And right around the corner from that will be Hopeful Hearts. So we're proceeding as much as we can to honor the traditions in terms of volunteerism and fundraising for local charities. And aside from that, we're doing the best we can to not only just roll out our programs as we traditionally have, but to build upon them and make them better. It's all part of the growth mindset, and that it's a challenge during this particular era. But our people here are meeting the challenge, and they're enthusiastic about it. So it's an exciting time of year for sure.
All right. Well, Dr. Minnick, we are out of time, but I do want to thank you for joining us for the monthly visit of Indiana Junior High. Please give all of our best to the students as they kick off their fundraising efforts, especially for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. We can't wait to hear what they do to help raise money for IRMC Pediatrics and Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. And thanks again. And, Michael, if I don't get to talk to you before then, have a wonderful Christmas.
All that and more right back at you. We're so thankful for this partnership, and for all your listeners, we wish you all a happy, safe, joyful holiday season from our hearts at the junior high.
And the best of the holidays to your students as well. Thanks again, Mike.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You too. Dr. Michael Minnick, for the principal of the Indiana Junior High School, joining us on Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, here on WCCS AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. We are just about